On the phone is I-24 News senior Middle East analyst Ali Waqid. Good morning, Ali.
Good morning.
First of all, I want to get your reaction to President Bashar al-Assad's comments yesterday, echoing what the terrorists themselves said as they carried out these attacks, that this is in response to French policies in the Syrian war.
Well, the Syrian in general, we cannot say one could be satisfied from terror attack, but yes, they were satisfied from the fact that this terror attack proved what they've been saying since the very beginning of this war in Syria. The Syrians said very quickly that this is not a popular revolution of the Syrian people who want to get rid of the dictatorship that they've been suffer of, but this is a part of a global terror that is led in Syria, and that the borders of this global terror would not be reduced to Syria, but will touch every country that is engaged in this war against Syria. And of course, Bashar al-Assad, who is seeing that there are some voices within the international community, including in the French leadership, who are saying that we should re-examine our policy vis-a-vis Syria, and that we should understand that the alternative to Bashar al-Assad is Daesh and the Islamic State. And I think the most significant one came yesterday from the former Prime Minister in France, Alain Juppé, who said that until now I was adopting the line of the government that said that not Bashar and not the Islamic State, and now we should have priorities. The focus should be over the Islamic State and the fight against the Islamic State.
And Ali, we're getting reactions from around the Arab world, most namely yesterday, the Saudi foreign minister and the Jordanian foreign minister, and actually Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. I want you to stay in line with us, and let's just listen to what Nasrallah had to say yesterday. We actually don't have that at this moment. So Ali, I want to come back to you about these reactions from around the Arab world.
Yeah, we could divide the reaction in the Arab world to two parts. The first part was a unanimity of condemnation coming from the people who are accused, the countries who are accused to be supporting or at least flirting with the Islamic State, like the Gulf countries, Qatar and Saudi Arabia, including all other parties and countries who condemned the attack. On the other hand, we could see that some Arab countries, Syria, Egypt, Hezbollah, of course, who hinted that these organizations, the Islamic State and the Nusra Front, did not become the monster that they are right now without the support, without the logistic, financial support of some Arab countries who created and supported and orchestrated and financed these organizations under the title, under the headline of fighting the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. This is why we are seeing in the last hours a mediatic counterattack in the Arab media, mainly in the Gulf media, who try to send a message to the world and calling the world to make no mistake and not to consider President Assad as part of the solution, and that he is now the one who will lead the campaign against the Islamic State, but to still consider President Assad of being part of the conflict and not part of the solution. I think that in the last weeks, and the Arab Gulf are feeling this, that there is some shift in the attitude of the international community vis-a-vis the Syrian regime, vis-a-vis the Syrian President Bashar Assad. In the Vienna talks, we are talking about the future of Syria, and the precondition of Assad should go is not that strong, is not that present on the ground. And this is what the Saudis and their allies do not appreciate. On the other hand, we are seeing Iran and other countries, Egypt also, that see that the most important thing is to safeguard the Syrian institutions and to fight the Islamic State. And safeguard the Syrian institution to keep the president at the place as a key actor in the war against the Islamic State. And of course, this shows how deep are the differences within the Arab world vis-a-vis the Syrian crisis, but also vis-a-vis the Islamic State. In the Arab media, there were those who asked, where does the oil that is sold by the Islamic State going? Who is buying the oil from the Islamic State? The Islamic State who are occupying fields of oil, and this oil via Turkey is sold in their international market and financing the activities and the terror attacks of the Islamic State. And this is, at this morning, also a question that should be seriously asked. And we are seeing that in the international community, there are people who are understanding that Bashar Assad is not the ideal leader, not for the Syrian people, but not also a legitimate actor within the international community. But yet, when you should make choices, he is a bad choice in comparison to a worse choice that could be the jihadists and the Islamic State.
And now it's a decision between the worst of two evils. Ali Waqed, Senior I-24 News Senior Middle East Analyst, thank you for joining us this morning.